What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cam Ceej, and today I'm bringing you guys another premiere episode of Behind the Mask. In today's episode, we speak to one of Africa's biggest content creators right now. He's all the buzz, he's all the hype. If you've ever been into his stream, you know it's all positivity, all love, and it's just a load of fun. We get into deep conversations about Apex Legends, life before gaming, how we got into gaming, etc., etc. This individual has over 100,000 views on Twitch and over 6,000 followers on Twitch. He's got a huge following on all his platforms, and he's absolutely crushing it in the game. It is no other than Mr. THENDOPLAYS. And I just want to say thank you so much for him coming out and helping me record this and taking time to answer all the questions that I had. And we got to some really interesting topics on Season 9 in Apex, and just hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like on this, share with your friends, and we'll catch you in the next one. Let's start with Apex Season 9, I guess. That's a good starting point, and we can go backwards from there, actually. So what is THENDOPLAYS' thoughts on Season 9 so far?
Besides the server update, just scuffing everything, I think it's pretty good. And so far, I think it feels fresh. It feels like now, especially more than ever, I wake up and I'm like, okay, yes,
bro, that's the exact thing I was talking about today. Yeah, literally same thing I was talking about today. Wake up and actually want to play.
Wake up ready, wanting to play, and also knowing now that they added the 3v3 arenas, that it's not just like a linear path for the stream as well the whole day. So what I've enjoyed is just like playing the BR and getting frustrated, because let's be honest, after a while you're done. RNG just does some things to you. And
how many alternators did you pick up today? Fuck me, dude. I must have picked up an alternator every single game today. I'm not even capping. And I played like 50 games, dude. I swear down.
Yo, I don't even know which gun it was for me, but I had alternator that gun that I was picking up today. I couldn't do it.
Chat was literally like, wait, is this normal? Like, are you supposed to pick up an alternator and drop every game? I'm like, I swear to God, they've given me white shield. They give me 2 syringes, 2 cells, and an alternator. They've given it to me. I don't know. I didn't sign a contract, but that's all I get. It was annoying. But yeah, I agree with you with the whole changing, like being able to jam some BR, but then also being able to hop into the arenas.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, you can even just do ranked as well, which is a different mindset anyways than compared to like pubs, right? So
yeah, except the randos will always be the same. But besides that, but yeah, so with the arenas, I mean, the issue that I ran into, which I said from when that was announced, which is something I was a little bit worried about, was obviously people leaving and then people being disconnected like before they even hop in, and then being stuck in this 3v2. So we had a situation like that yesterday, I think. Load into a game, we're in a 3v2, they die, one it leaves immediately, the other one leaves the next round, and then like you literally still load into it. You don't get forfeit. You have to actually play out the rounds and finish the rounds. So that's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about. Do you think it can be something that can go competitive? Like actually, because I saw some tweets about it, like, oh, imagine Apex has 2 competitive scenes, one with the arenas, one with the... Because it's a completely different mindset. It's completely different. It's not a completely different game, but like the way we're playing it today, I was trying out Mirage, and Mirage is actually a really cool... Like obviously he's pretty good in BR as well, but I feel like legends that aren't necessarily S tier in BR can be S tier in this arena mode. Rampart for one. I mean, you can stack those.
I was about to say
you can play Rampart.
She spotted like 6 walls. And
yeah.
It's like free, ridiculous in some situations, and I'm like, what? How is this like fair for this legend, and then you give it this other legend like so much money to buy their ability. So I think I'm pretty happy with how arenas is going so far. In terms of like just like where it started, and I'm gonna be the optimist and say rather it's here now that it had never been here before, right? Because now that it's here, I can't imagine it not being here. I'm like, okay, look, this is very dope. Like, I enjoyed this. So I think it definitely does have a space to be pretty competitive. I think as soon as they allow, spectator views and all that kind of stuff, I can imagine seeing tournaments. And I think it's nice because, like, obviously, sometimes the hard thing about like esports with BR is that there's so many teams to keep track of.
Yes,
right? Many storylines to follow. Whereas obviously that's just 2 teams and 2 storylines to follow most of the time, So I one day imagine like, how CS:GO and like Valorant tournaments are set up with like upper and lower brackets.
Yes.
I'd imagine something like that as well would be pretty, entertaining to watch, and people just doing the thing.
Yeah, and it's still
fighting it
hyped up,
out.
and you'd find that probably with the competitive, they'll still manage to like drag it out to that last fucking zone, and they're playing their cover, they're using their shields, and they're still converging on each other, but there's obviously no third party, and it's still who's gonna focus who better, and just end the game, I guess. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm also enjoying it. And then Valk, you've been playing a lot of Valk or not really? I haven't been keeping up.
I have actually.
How many kills?
Nah, I don't have a lot of kills because I played a lot in arena for a little bit, but and they don't stack on the
true.
banner, I think. Excuse me. So she's good with her movement is really good, 100%. You just have to really think about when to and how to go through things, but definitely I want to say almost better than Horizon's movement when she came out. I know it sounds crazy, but I've done some crazy things. I've jumped into a building, flown out the door, slid through. You can do crazy movements, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's a full 360, whereas Horizon is usually just straight up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very limited. So
yeah,
that's what I've been enjoying. I think her passive ability, obviously, is the scan, and you're able to see all the thingamabobs when you fly up.
Is that, I wanted to ask about that. Is that if you have a Valk on your team, then you can see that?
Yeah. You can see people.
Okay, because that's actually, dude, she's got so many passives. Because her passive is technically just the jet. She's a recon. She can. Yeah, so she's a recon, she can scan. She has the ability to see enemy teams dropping. And even when you're flying into an area after your ult, you can actually pick up where the enemies are before they even... Well, obviously they can hear you, but that's another passive.
It doesn't matter. What they did is pretty good because it doesn't matter that they know where you're going because you know where they are, right?
Yeah. So no, that's what I'm saying. It's so good. Direction. Yeah, it's crazy how... And then obviously the jets as well. That's 3 passives on 1 legend. I don't think she's
recon as well.
Yeah, and I don't think she's OP in a sense. I just think the way I've been trying to use her a lot is the repositioning on her jets is just insane. You can be in 6 different positions in one gunfight just because you're changing floors and changing levels and it's crazy. I love her.
And sometimes those moments where you do a lot of damage onto someone that's just above a staircase, right?
Yeah.
And on a regular legend, you either have to go up the staircase or climb the wall. And sometimes that's the difference between getting that knock.
Literally.
Just jump up.
Dude, the amount of times today on Crackhead in Crackhead City, that main building, you're shooting people from the bottom. They take the zip. I go out the outside. They have no idea what's going on because they healing, watching into the elevator shaft, expecting some dude to come flying up. There I am on the outside, just land on top of the building and easy 2 kills. Her rotation is disgusting. And then that VTOL jet, well, not VTOL jet. What am I saying? I think I'm playing Call of Duty. the barrage thing is it's not OP, but it's not a fucking fuse thing where it's absolute dog shit. It stuns them enough to get you the kill if you're in the right position, or it stuns them enough to allow you to move away. But if you use it accurately, if you're going to use it incorrectly, obviously it's not going to do anything for you or your team.
And you're pretty vulnerable in using it anyways. You have to fly up most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Able to get your shot nicely, standing on the ground, I've noticed. Because it's the missiles are pointing above your back and they go this way, right? So you can never use it, and you can't use it in buildings.
Yeah, that's why you jump into a window today. I'm was he spamming the fucking key? I'm bruh, and then it's you can't use missiles. I'm bruh, just shoot these things out of my fucking back, bro, now. And then I go down, I'm just screaming, dude. I'm fuck, why didn't this go off? And then it's you realize that your legend is touching the roof. Ah, fuck. So yeah. But again, well balanced. I feel she came out really well balanced for a change. Not underwhelming like Fuse was, because that was terrible.
Fuse was very underwhelming.
I think the past...
Have you noticed they only ever make good female characters? All the male characters besides the OG ones are just have never come out to be really good.
No, they're terrible. But I don't know why. I don't know. The rework to Fuse needs to happen, I feel, because he's just nowhere. He's nowhere. But he's not even remotely good in arena either. That's what I'm saying. For Rampart, it's if you're not going to use it in rank, cool, now you can start to use it in arena. If their vision was, we need a bigger cast because we're also putting this arena, this was probably something they had in their minds at some point. But now Fuse is just absolute dog shit. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. He's the worst legend in the game, dude.
Look, I think his Q is actually good, to be honest with you. If you know like where the place is. No. Listen, you think I'm crazy, but it's good because remember it breaks doors as well, right? So some people forget you can break doors with that as well, and then you don't have to kick it down like an idiot. Right?
Yeah, so we're gonna play Fuse just to kick doors. Yeah.
You get to stack nades. You get to stack 2 nades.
Okay, I guess
Arc starring. Have you ever played Fuse and like shot Arc stars? It's like almost like 80% of the time, if you actually want to hit that Oxstar stick and you're like, okay, I'm gonna use this ability to hit this Oxstar, you're probably gonna hit it because it just goes straight forward, right? Like
true.
So I think the kit in terms of like that hand thingy that's going on, I think that's fine. It's the ultimate that's just lackluster. It's just like most of the time, unless like I don't know, a team is out in the open, like drastically. It's not even good.
No, because like the thing is, for me, it feels like they kind of get it. They're running out of ideas big time in terms of these barrages because it's Gibraltar, it's Bangalore, it's this new legend now has her kit involves a barrage type weapon. Fuse is trying to be a barrage, but not actually keeping you in. I think it needs to like lock you in. If you hit, if it's an ultimate, so if he manages to accurately place that over a team, it needs to keep them in there. I don't think you should be able to run out of it, or it needs to do weight. It needs to give you like massive amounts of damage dealt because there's no point in him accurately placing this and then Oaks are like, sweet bro, hit a bat while they're sliding out of there and you fine.
It's not even that. It's just like first thing you do is you hear it anyways fly.
Yeah,
it takes
that's
forever
so
to land as well.
That's true.
Like most of the time I'm like, there's a Fuse ult running in circles before it even hits me, not knowing where it's gonna hit me. But like if you're actually looking, there's enough time to get away from those things. It's not like a Gibby ulti as well, where it's good to like it doesn't have to hit them. To just like buy you time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said today. That's exactly what I said today.
It's just like if you don't use it for the intention of like trapping somebody in a circle and then they run in your fire and they get a little bit of damage and that's what wins you the fight, then like there's nothing to do with it. Like,
it's not even a repositioning tool like Bangalore's ult is when you like trying to push them away from you or make them rotate. They rotate away. Like I said, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get a knock, but trust me, the team is going to fall back and it's going to give you time to reposition or to heal up or whatever. But yeah, and then the other thing was changes to Olympus. I mean, they're pretty average. It's nothing crazy to talk about. World's Edge is back. How do you feel about World's Edge? I don't actually know what your map preference is. What is your map preference?
Yeah.
In top 3. Well, there's only 3, you idiot. What's your stack? 1 to 3.
Okay, so first, like the Olympus changes, I think it was the right side of the map to change because like they changed the Fight Night area where Fight Night is now, and I think that worked pretty well because that area is pretty like good to just be around in my opinion. Like dogs, carrier, Fight Night, then across is away. Like that's really good, that north side of the map. So it was definitely, I even remember beginning of the season saying like, yeah, south side of the map, like I don't know, you just like you at Bonsai and then you have to go all the way either to Orbital.
Yeah.
And then they just like Solar just below. But like it's also, I don't know, the way Solar was positioned there, it wasn't open enough, right? So because you'd fall off the map at that point. So with the carrier, I think it's good. Like the carrier is big enough, so it like creates some room on that side of the map. It's got some cool loot.
Let's be honest, how many times have we fallen in those holes on that side by Solar? That was always a dodgy spot. The
zones there.
The zones were, I have a video on the zone around the bridge. It's around the bridge. There's nothing but the bridge in the zone, in the final circle. I was like, bruh, what am I supposed to do here? So so I agree with that.
For zones as well, so that like, because they weren't even like Orbital Canyon zones because of that reason. If you ever know, like I feel like that map's been out for 2 seasons now, and most of my zones would pull north, like maybe like northwest, like southwest, like that side where like Bonsai and stuff is. You don't always get to see those zones. I feel like you get them and you're like, yo, I got this zone for like a while. So the changes are good. Map order, I'd say. I think World's Edge, honestly, it just they just did the thing. That's about it. Like they did the thing.
Okay.
There's nothing, like everything works,
Yeah.
In terms of
so wait, so World's Edge is your 1.
Yeah, number one.
Okay, and second, Olympus or
Second,
Kings Canyon?
You see, the thing for me,
Kings Canyon always has a place in your heart.
It's not even that Kings Canyon has a place in my heart. It's purely the fact that Kings Canyon is actually a better map than Olympus, I think. Because it's just like Hammond Labs just sucks everybody into that area. Man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. They need to like get rid of Turbine, right? I think.
Yeah.
But then the whole entire map concept doesn't make sense, right? Because the Turbine is what is keeping the map up, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So then either does Olympus crash the ground and they get rid of Turbine, and they need to like open that area up in the map, I think. I think that's problem is the way it's designed like a C, right? If you see it, because of the fish runner, especially. Like it's like almost like a C. And there's like sides of the map where like you're on that side and there's action happening on that side only. If you're not on that side, it's happening on the other side, kind of thing, right? Then it's just like
there's a break in the map, so it's there's a break.
There's just this break in the map that just like is unnecessary.
And then those chokes are what cause.
Is everybody knows that like, okay, if there's nothing happening here, they're probably in Hammond Labs. Let's go that way.
Yeah, true. It's actually weird how you naturally just gravitate towards that area, because there'll be a rotation or a gunfight that's just automatically gonna rotate you there. So you always rotating towards that freaking area. Okay.
Yeah, so definitely Kings Canyon. I think Kings Canyon. I think it's just the map size that makes it like make people not like it. But like, I think the POIs are cool, and you know that whole theme of the map is pretty cool. So definitely, I think it's a lot more fun for pubs as well.
Agreed.
Compared to Olympus, because Olympus pubs like I said, you're on the one side where nothing's happening.
I'm literally
the entire game. Yeah,
I'm literally playing ranked just to not play Olympus right now, because for some reason they make us play it for a whole week, dude. I don't get that. But anyway, like I always said I don't understand why we can't just be like equal. Just run all the maps on a 1.5 hour rotation. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is with that. Yeah, I don't know why there's no 3 and especially since they're not like, it's not PUBG where they're dividing the community and forcing you to allowing you to choose one. I don't mind that. Don't let us choose, because I like a refreshing twist every hour and a half. I like being like, oh fuck, we've been going for an hour and a half. Check it, it's Kings Canyon now. You know what I mean? And it's not it's not
I also think they should just put all 3 maps in pubs, like, and then you can just pick one map. Just split 4 ranked. Like, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
100%. So then you like, now everyone's gonna start like moaning about missing Kings Canyon and like, remember Kings.
but then it comes back. Then it comes back and everyone's like, I hate World's Edge. I hate World's Edge. Fuck World's Edge.
I don't know, man. I just learned you can never like please the Apex community. I feel like they just always want like things to be a specific way. But unfortunately, we're never all gonna get our own way. But
no, we're not.
Season 9 in general, I think, has just like, you know, been pretty good.
But I have a big but. I have a really big but that I would like your opinion on this as well. The battle pass, dude. What is that shit? I'm sorry, but that is the most lackluster, terrible battle pass. Chat's like, are you seriously gonna buy this? I'm like, bruh, the only reason I'm buying this is because I play it every day. I'm like, I play it every day. I have to buy it. I was like, but I'm struggling to pull my wallet out right now to buy this because I don't like any of those skins, man.
No.
I think
there's that one. Okay, but it's a free skin. It was a free battle pass. The race skin's not bad, and I think the tier 100 is not bad. I think everything in between that is no.
The tier 100 is
like
not.
The first 4 were just like, okay, dude. Like,
that was no, dude. Like,
I don't even need these skins.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, the Devo skin looks cool. Like, you know, with the animation.
And then obviously, like, the clever thing they did was make me buy that Volk skin that's dope as fuck, but it's out of the battle pass. It should have been in the battle pass, I think. That should have been the theme of the battle pass. Have you seen that skin? Her legendary. You've obviously seen it. The one with the helmet on. I don't know what.
It's like a wasp.
Yeah. That one's sick. Yeah. I dig that skin, but you had to pay 2,000 coins for it. I was like, hey.
It is what it is. they got a profit, I guess.
No, but like fine, make money, but I mean, like normally they do such a good job in terms of skins. Like when we saw the previous battle pass with that Octane skin, and I just remember the Octane skin to be honest. But I was like, yo, shit, this looks sick. This one when they did the trailer, I genuinely wasn't too impressed. But anyway, that's quite a lot of Apex. We'll probably get back to Apex anyway because Apex is life, I guess. Yeah. So let's go. Let's rewind all the way back to small boy THENDOPLAYS. What did I asked this question yesterday? I mean, we don't have to go too into detail. Obviously, it's not too personal. THENDOPLAYS growing up. How did you get into gaming? What game? Well, not necessarily what game. Just tell me the story about like THENDOPLAYS youth. What was he into? Was he a sporty guy or not really? Did you have friends? I didn't. Just play video games you remember playing as a kid, nostalgia moments, stuff like that. Anything really.
Yeah.
Or was it only like recently where you started to get into like when you started content creation? Okay, you've been gaming for long.
I've been I'm trying to think of like the perfect starting point. Look, so I think family is where it started. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think my brother was a pretty big gamer.
Okay.
And so he introduced me to like a lot of like gaming the concept of gaming and what's, you know, involved with games, as well as like my cousins were obviously like, you know, PlayStation 2s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everybody had that, regardless of like if you were a gamer, you know, inverted commas. So those were around anyways, but it really, I think, stems like my brother. I just remember him being so fascinated about gaming and all these games that were there and out. So it's like, for me, it actually is as far back and as deep as like playing like pixelated Sonic on the TV with
Wow.
my brother,
Yeah.
literally. Like, so I used to live in PE, Port Elizabeth, or what is it, Ceej now that it's called.
Let me try. Say it again.
Ceej.
I have a good Rebecca. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, you grew up in PE.
So yeah, we played a lot of games. We played a lot of Sonic, and that was like TV game vibes. And obviously, we were starting to get bored of like the TV game vibes, and we were like, we need to just like upgrade and get something that's like bigger, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
But even way before that, right? In like, we used to just like go to like the DVD stores and like game. Do you remember it?
Yeah, dude. Everything.
Yeah, that's like how it started for me. Like my brother would come after we got like our PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
We got PlayStation 2 in PE, and then we started renting games out. And I played. But back then it was like the childish games though. It wasn't like the first person shooter games.
Yeah.
So I played like, I don't know, some Nickelodeon games. I don't know if you ever played those like crossover.
SpongeBob, yeah. I did play SpongeBob game before. I was a FIFA kid actually, surprisingly enough. FIFA 03, dude. That was my shit. I used to 03. I used to 20-0 the easy bots, dude. I was god tier, bro. You put me on a VS gaming stage now, people would be scared. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I used to play PS2, FIFA and like Madden. Like NFL football was like my shit. I enjoyed playing sports games when I was younger, just because I couldn't play sports because I ran for 5 minutes and then I was tired. So yeah, I used to do that. What else? I'm trying to think of another like crazy ass game. So basically it went from, okay, so you and your brother jam games. Is your brother much older than you or same age as you?
Yeah, so this is my older brother.
Okay, so he was already older. He knew what he was doing and then he introduced it to you kind of thing.
Yeah, he introduced it. So we got like the Wii as well, and the Wii was
the Wii Fit, dude.
Really big. Yeah, Wii Fit was Pog. Super Mario Galaxy was a big game as well. So this is now when we got the Wii. This is like me introducing my brother to gaming.
Okay.
So it was like a rolling effect. Actually, it was pretty fun. So like, So then like my brother started gaming as well, and he was like big Wii, big Mario guy, and like he still is now, and that's like his favorite like series and stuff like that, like Mario and like Nintendo
games, yeah.
Yeah, because we just had the Wii for the longest time until we got the Xbox 360, and then Halo. Halo was the one though.
I never got the privilege of playing Halo, to be honest with you.
Really?
I was a PlayStation 2, 3, and 4 guy, so I never got the whole Xbox thing, which is very sad because everyone raves about it. But
I think, if I have to say like Xbox 360 or PS3, definitely 360.
Yeah, everyone was 360. Yeah, it went to PlayStation.
PlayStation 4, I think PlayStation 4, the first one can take the win, but then the later generations of Xbox are probably like the better ones up until like even now. PS5 is cool, but I feel like the Series X is the vibe. But that's a discussion for another time. Anyways, we got our 360. We were gaming, and on top of that, there was a computer as well. So I've actually kind of just been everywhere with everything.
Yeah, that's nice. Like, yeah, so, and then you obviously chose PC gaming.
Yeah, well, that's way later down the line, way later, because I still did a lot of console gaming because obviously that's just like the cheaper alternative.
Yeah.
Like things caught up, and then like you could not game on, like it was those old PCs, so obviously you couldn't game on those. And we moved, And
how old were you when you moved this side?
I was like 11, I think.
Oh, okay. So you hadn't even started high school yet. So you did your whole high schooling and stuff this side.
Yeah. Okay. So we moved when I was like in 11. When I was 11, the year of the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup. So that was a vibe as well. And yeah, I mean, even throughout my life, like me and my cousins, we used to play FIFA as well, like a lot. Like that was like when we started playing FIFA. Like when we moved to Johannesburg, the PlayStation the 360 was a lot closer to like the rest of the family, because obviously like I'm from Limpopo, like my family's from Limpopo, and we were staying in the Eastern Cape, so it was like a mission to go there.
Yeah.
So now they go every other time they can because it's so close, right? But
yeah,
before
that's really cool.
Big mission. But we used to play a lot of games with like the fam. We used to slap some Tekken up as well.
Oh, yo, dude, Tekken used to be sick. Until it gets IRL and you start punching the guy that's actually next to you. Yeah, that's not fun.
Like that. It happens though. You like even with my cousins, like people would get rowdy and be like, like I was still very young.
Yeah.
So I was just like there, just trying to do my best and go as far as we can, and along with FIFA, just trying to compete with my cousins and whatnot. But yeah, when we got here to Johannesburg, it was Call of Duty. I think the game that I'll say like, yo, Tendo, when did you become a gamer?
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Which one? Which one?
Like, which one launched me? From Modern Warfare. The first Modern Warfare launched me.
On 360?
No, I got a PlayStation 3. I don't know how it happened, but somehow there was a PlayStation 3 involved. We came back from a trip from Venda. I had stopped at like one of the video, like Reggie's, and there's no more Reggie's anymore.
Yo, there's no such thing as Reggie's.
No,
Reggie's was like Toys R Us, but the better one.
Yeah, it was the better one,
but it didn't last.
But yeah, they used to have some.
Reggie's, dude.
I bought Modern Warfare. I bought Modern Warfare 1 and 2 because I think where it was. I was a bit late to the party. No, I'm lying. It was actually Modern Warfare 1 had first came out, and then I played, and that's when I got introduced to online gaming as well, right? Because for the majority of the time we were here in Josie, we didn't have good internet until about when I was in grade 6, 7, we got like really good internet, and then it was just the gaming for me. I'd come home from school. I remember coming home from school, not even do homework. I kid you, I didn't do homework, to be honest. I came home, I played video games, honestly. I played Call of Duty, just trying to be the best, and I was not the best, sadly. It was bad. But like, I was having fun. And I think that's why I'm so the way I am now with gaming, where I don't really like if we're playing together, right, Cam? And you do if you throw, I'm not gonna get angry at you. I'll just be like, dude, you threw because like I used to be bad back in the day. So I know like sometimes.
Wait, so you calling me out that I'm bad? I'm kidding. I'm gonna clickbait this. THENDOPLAYS tells me I'm bad. No, I'm kidding. I know what you mean. There's no need to get angry. Yeah, like there's no point to rage. I get you. Like it's
was just fun. And like I remember people like were very salty in COD lobbies anyways. So it was just that thing of like be better anyways, right? So Modern Warfare 2 came out, from there, every Call of Duty, every single Call of Duty.
Rust 1v1s with your cousins. Please tell me you did that, because that's all I did at my mate's house. I would go. We would do the same thing after school. He lived close enough to our school, so we had to walk home because both our parents were always working. So we used to walk home with what was her name? Her name was Beauty, and she used to never shout at us. So she used to go home, make us sandwiches, and then she would just chill and play on her phone, and she would not be doing anything else but playing on her phone. And we would sit in the lounge until Moggy gets home. Then she comes, she brings us our books, and we sit at the lounge and pretend we've been doing homework the whole afternoon. But besides that, 1v1s, Rust, snipers only, making Greg's little brother cry. That was pretty much my childhood, dude. That was the best shit ever.
Yeah, I know. No, for real. I think Modern Warfare 2 had the best online in multiplayer.
Yeah. And Terminal. Oh my god, dude. Terminal was
honestly, just speaking about it, I can see like I never used to game in my room. We used to like have a room to game because obviously it was consoles, so it was like for the house. Yeah. So it was like a room to game. I just remember sitting there coming home in my school uniform.
No, you don't change. If you changed it wasn't part of the
you're missing out. Everybody else is leveling up, bro. So you just had to get straight into it, start
gaming. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So yeah, the Call of Duties were pretty big, and then I think it was around about when I got my first PC. Remember it as the Armageddon, but that was just the name of like the case brand. But Armageddon. It was good. It was a good PC, dude, for the time though, right? I used Tomb Raider. It was the time when Tomb Raider came out, and Tomb Raider was playing on like dark graphics. I was like, this is a PC. But the problem about PC gaming is obviously like the entry into it. It's always like very difficult, right? So I was never a fan of like the keyboard and mouse setup and whatnot. So it was there definitely, and I'd play around with like games here and there. Like I used to play SimCity on the PC, and I used to love it.
No, that slaps, dude. Dude. SimCity slaps, bro. I don't know what you're saying. Being mayor of your own town of Tendoville, bro. Campville was the latest place to be, dude. And I used to make tornadoes come just to fuck people up on purpose, dude. I love that shit. That was cool.
But I used to play like online games, then started playing with like a lot more of like my friends and stuff like that. So we got into like MMORPGs. So I played Neverwinter.
Oh, you actually played Neverwinter? I've seen it, but I've never actually got into an MMORPG. You didn't strike me as an MMO kind of guy, to be honest with you. Hectic. Because those like suck you in, don't they? They really make you like invested in your character.
I think for a solid 4 months we were sucked into that game. Me and my friends, we used to play it. Would come home from school. So this is like maybe like when I'm in grade 8, 9ish, a little bit older now.
So you didn't do sports, eh? Just no, like touching on that part.
I've been talking mainly about gaming, but I played sports. I played rugby from grade 3.
Okay.
Because I was kind of forced to play rugby. I didn't want to play rugby, but my school was just like, you gotta do extracurricular, these people. So I was like, okay, rugby. So played rugby, and I was like on every rugby team ever. Every single rugby team.
Okay.
And it was a lot. It was fun, but I really just wasn't that guy. Like when I was like 9 years old. We moved here to Josie, and they didn't have rugby in Wendywood. So Wendywood was like a private school. So not a private school, a public school. So it was more like the soccer type schools, you know what I'm talking about. So they had soccer, and I'm bad at soccer. Like bad. Like it felt bad because all the other guys were good at soccer, and I was just there like, okay, good team and everything. So I played the sport kind of grade 6 and 7, but not too much. I didn't really like it. We got to high school, rugby's back because then I went to private school. And like private schools, how they be, they're like, dude, the brookies, they play the rugby, and the big guys. And I was a fairly big guy, and they were like, let's go. Because you're also
what position did you play?
Prop for 5 whole years, dude.
Ew, nice. Nice. So
but
you're in the
now
front row. Okay, that's good, dude. As long as you're in the front 8, then I'm happy, dude. I don't know. I don't fuck with no backline bitches, dude. That just,
the backlines are the bitches. Let's be honest.
dude.
It's just
They just get all the credit for everything, bro.
literally all the
They
backline
don't know.
players I remember were like the popular guys. in school,
Dude,
dude. I don't
literally,
understand
dude, the same thing, and they were all like so fucking arrogant, and they thought they were the shit. I was like, bruh. And they're like, we do everything. I'm like, dude, we literally sitting with our asses and our faces all together, sweating our balls off, running to every single lineup, running to every ruck, and you guys are sitting there scoring tries. So please
No,
calm the fuck down,
100%,
dude.
100%. The forwards do the most work.
Yeah, no, dude. Mad
Like,
respect,
we
mad
really
respect to
don't do
forwards,
anything.
dude. No, you don't do
Fullback.
anything.
What's fullback?
there's no point for a fullback, dude.
Stands there and waits for a kick. Like, okay, this is my chance. Yo, and the worst part, dude, is we used to have some bad fullbacks, dude. Like, you had one job and you really couldn't do the one job. You know, like, catch the ball, please. It's there, please. But anyways, yeah, I did rugby all through grade 8, grade 9, and I was like, you know, the under whatever teams. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was the starting lineup for those teams. Got to grade 11, and they're like, my boy, it's first team time. So I played first team in grade 11. But
Nice.
like on and off, because
Yeah.
we weren't really allowed to play front row all the time.
Yeah.
Because of like whatever the age thingies they started putting in. But in matric, it was all the way rugby. And then actually in grade 10 and 11, I played a little bit of basketball because I was like, you know, this is my High School Musical come up. But I actually love basketball.
Yeah.
But my coach was bad. I hate that coach. Oh, she made me hate the game, bro. You know, like I really did want to play the game and enjoy it, but the coach just made me hate the game, bro. Nicole, if you ever listen to this, just sorry.
We hate you. We hate you.
Look, she was cool. She was cool in general as a person. Like she was cool to talk to. So no hate for her, but just the coaching style was just like that kind where if you're not like used to that kind of coaching style, then you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff, you know. So it is what it is. But rugby first team, I think I even got half colors. I don't know.
Just imagine. Okay, so you did the rugby thing and you were also on the side gaming. But then how does this come into your streaming and all that stuff? Was your streaming completely after your you did so yeah, we start with the streaming.
The year is like when was that? It was like matricish, right?
Matricish. Okay.
No, it was like like in the between grade 11, but like gaming. Did a couple of MMORPGs. I played Paladins a little bit with my friends as well. Like we were just playing a bunch of games, and then obviously Fortnite then became a thing as well. And I was
playing that at the first week, just saying. Just wanted to let you know. Okay, cool. Okay. I was playing Save the World before the BR came out, and then dude, I was playing that Save the World, and my friend's like, dude, what the fuck is this shit that you're playing? I'm like, bruh, trust me, this game is so sick. Like, you gotta play it. I had nothing. I was bored of Call of Duty. I was bored of Call of Duty by January. Normally, it comes out in December. It was boring by Jan. So we were playing that in like what, July, and then that game just popped up. But yeah, anyway, carry on. So you started with like Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite was like a big game that I used to play, but I didn't really make content around Fortnite, but it was like there around that time. But yeah, Draft Leader was like the first online personality that I was like, okay, look, this is me, Tendo, now trying to become like the next whatever.
Yeah.
So Draft Leader pulls up, and I was pretty inspired by Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. You know those guys.
Yeah, I know all of them, yeah.
Yeah, so their videos are cool and they're still cool today. So I just wanted to like kind of like do that kind of style of videos. So made a couple of those videos here and there, but it was like, dude, like the worst part was the PC. I couldn't record because the PC could not handle any games, bro. I tried to start streaming as well around that same time where Draft Leader was like coming around in matric and grade, like so I was like trying to balance matric work and doing like this content creation stuff. So it stopped very quickly, trust me. Very quickly. I don't even think it was like a very short period of time. So there's a little bit of grade 11 and the beginning of matric, and I was like, okay, this could be a cool thing to do, right? So I made these videos. but it didn't really like, land. And it was really only my friends that were there supporting and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, obviously now you tell THENDOPLAYS or that draft leader, don't stop making the videos, right? Just keep doing it because like you know what's gonna happen, right? But obviously cool and all that stuff. But I stopped making that kind of content for a while, but I was still gaming. So that's when like I started picking up Fortnite. And obviously with Fortnite, there's all the creators anyway. So then it's like the Muzalks, the Locklins, the ninjas and the whatnot, the myths. So now I'm like, watching all this content in front of me, and I was already interested anyways. Right? But it was never like a good career path to take because there wasn't like a solid means to convince my mother at the time, who was, my mom is like cool, right? She's really cool. She's like, she'll hear you out, you know what I'm talking about? So she heard me out in me wanting to become a filmmaker. So my original plan was to, study film, become a big filmmaker,
Okay.
Like I was imagining Christopher Nolan. Like I was in New York Film Academy, the Barrett series stuff, like whatever. That was like the dream. Got to university, started studying it, and quickly realized wasn't gonna happen. It was not how I wanted.
The movies depicted, not at all.
No, it's not even like I know, like I did enough research, and there was enough like. It's enough.
There's enough interest,
how much goes behind making filmmaking anyways. So it wasn't really the problem of filmmaking in general. I just think once I understood the workspace and how it works, I just didn't like that too much, right? So look, network is a powerful thing, right? Network is a very powerful thing at the end of the day. And we have a network and whatnot and et cetera, et cetera. So the main idea they were selling was like, this is your network of people that you're going to be working with in the future, and you must, learn and whatever. So just working with those people wasn't always a great experience. I didn't like that. And it's like, if these guys are like this, what's like these other film sets going on? And the come up story of like having to become a filmmaker is just like, you're going to make it at like 35, bro, at like 30 maybe. You know what I mean? You have to really go through the slum. So it just wasn't appealing anymore. Whereas if you compare it to like what we're doing now is, yes, the network and stuff like that is very powerful, but you can definitely just post a TikTok and get 1 million views tomorrow, right? You know what I'm talking about? And get that kind of exposure and then build that network. So it was always like better opportunity anyways to start streaming and gaming and all that stuff. And it was one of those things where a big thing for me was there was no really big like Black South African streamer. I don't know, I feel like when I first got interested into streaming, the only people I used to ever watch was like Grant, like Chloe, Pac-Man, because they've been around for a while. So like the OG OGs. And even when like I got to just like get a taste of what like ZA Esports was in general, was and like who's in it, it was never like, there was never this like this figure like that would like draw, I want to say, another brother into the scene. There was never someone like that I saw, right? And when I saw there was sort of an opportunity to place THENDOPLAYS into the market, I was like, okay, look, I really enjoyed this. And Apex had came out as well, so Apex was like,
okay, so this was like the same time as Apex when you decided, let me start the streaming thing.
Apex is like amazing. I love Apex, and now I'm really involved on Twitch. Like I'm in Diego Source's stream, dude. I'm like literally like one of its team's 25, 30, 50 viewers. Like that's where I was. Like I was watching him do that stuff, and I was like, dude, this is a possible thing, right? We're doing this. So had to talk to my mom, make the big decision. I was like, dude, I can't. I'm gonna die if I do third year. Let me do this. Let me see what we can, conjure up by the end of last year, which was, the it was originally like a gap year. She was like, okay, cool.
And then what how did that conversation go down at the end of last year? I'm sure seeing like everything that you've done and the amount that you've achieved, I'm sure her mind just completely changed. It was like, Yeah, this is something. I mean, obviously not like crazy to the extent where we driving Lamborghinis and there's content houses all over South Africa. I'm not saying that, but there's the amount that you've achieved in the time that you've been doing this is like massive, right? It's huge. So I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sure. Did
So
she did
see,
she
I
see
think
that? Was
my
she?
parents, and my mom definitely know that. Like that's like I said, like if you are to be like who is the biggest like African black streamer on in South Africa on the continent at least, like maybe like we can obviously include Caramel into that bracket because he's still forms part of this. You're probably gonna say Tender Plays, right? So
Yeah.
they definitely can see that that's a thing, and like it's going in that direction, and it's like the right move. So it was maybe like um
Just give me a
when was
second. I'm still listening.
Yeah, so it was maybe like this time last year when not even it's a little bit later, but like around Marchish when Metal State had a streamer initiative.
Yeah.
And around about this time I was like, hanging out with like getting involved with Metal State pretty much. Just like, speaking to like Anthrax and stuff like that. Anthrax who's like, the owner of Metal State, and we're speaking and he's a cool guy, and then the initiative came through to boost and promote like these up and coming streamers, and it was myself, Lemons, Cinder, and Henrico. Um, and that's when it kind of like was like, oh, so there is this opportunity that is actually here, like
And what
because
I just want to ask quickly, sorry to butt in. So this was how many months are you into streaming right now? Is this like right off the bat, or you've been doing this for a little bit?
so I started streaming in August 2019. The first 2 months is like, okay, me telling myself like I'm not gonna really give up on this because let me just make this happen. So I'm really giving a solid effort. So that's why I'll 100% say I started streaming 2019. I'm really giving a solid effort. There are people coming to, okay, look, when I say there are people, it's definitely like, your friends that come in, pop in,
Yeah.
say hi. The people that have found your channel, that have followed mysteriously, coming to say hi here and there. So I wouldn't like you'd stream for like 6 hours and you'd have a few conversations, right? So it was good enough for me to be like, look, we can definitely make this happen. I was taking it seriously. But school, I was still in school at that time in
Yeah.
2019. So it was just like, now I must write these essays, stream, and try balance being a real person.
Yeah.
It was too lit. It was too lit. I couldn't do it. I was just like, dude, there needs to be a decision here that needs to happen. And I had to take a break, right? For I think about 2.5 weeks. Where I had to just focus on making the films and like doing all that kind of stuff. And during that entire period of time, it was when I really decided that I can't do this, right? Because
Yeah.
look, man, streaming for 12 hours is fun. I don't want to lie to you. Like, I streamed for 12 hours and I'm having a great time. I really enjoy it. I'm on a film set for 12 hours. I hated it. Okay.
Yeah.
It was terrible. We're standing the whole time. People have I want to say like their egos about how the project needs to go and the direction. And there's certain people not pulling weight. And there's just all these factors that you can control individually with your own content creation now, which is what,
Yeah.
I love, that I just couldn't do about being in a film crew. Like
Yeah.
it's impossible. Like
No,
it's
100%.
it really is hard when people aren't on the same page, right? So
So you get picked up by Metal State as like an up and coming streamer sort
yeah,
of
so
thing. So they
March
boost you guys.
2020,
Okay,
they
Miss
boosted
March.
us,
They
like
boost you guys a little bit.
March.
How are they boosting you? Was it just
So
like, yeah, we
it was they gave us, I think, was it 500 Rand Steam voucher to give away
oh, that's cool.
to people, and we were promoted on the website. And the winner of the Middle State like streamer search thing, whatever it was, got a full like Logitech sponsorship, like
Oh wow.
like pretty much to some extent. Not to disclose too much of what happened then. Like it's very old news what happened. Like a lot of people know kind of the direction it went. But like, yeah, so around about that time, it's funny, like when one thing comes to you, it feels like other things just slowly come anyways, right? So then there's a couple of brands starting to speak to me that I don't think I should say in case they watched
Okay.
it.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I want to just link into the
it
DNMK
was,
thing. I want to link into DNMK. That's
yeah.
what I'm kind of going for. Okay.
That's where we're going for. That's where
Okay,
we're going
cool.
for. So
Yeah, that's what I
there
want to
was,
hear.
another hardware brand that like approached me once upon a time that is actually very involved with some of Metal State stuff. So that's as far as we'll go. Wanting to do some stuff, but it wasn't never really a solid like, hey, we're giving you a future. Here you go. All right.
Yeah.
Like come on board. It was very wishy-washy. And the Middle State thing was running in the background, but that was ending, right? It was just like a period of time that was going to end. So there was never like a way forward for what THENDOPLAYS needed to, achieve.
Yeah.
Until around about after my birthday, after the Middle State thing blew over, Lemons won. It came down to like votes or whatever. So Lemons won. But obviously Lemons is the homie, I love Lemons. So it's like PogChamp, he won. That's like, so it's a bit of a quiet period as well, right? So this is also like me streaming now, and it just feels like, what next? When you're streaming and you just don't know, like,
are you still playing Apex at this point?
Yeah, still obviously.
Okay. Okay.
The whole time we're always playing Apex.
Yeah, true. Okay, cool.
So at this time, I'm like, I don't know, like, what to do in terms of just like, what's the way forward? But like, obviously, I'm still like. So what ended up happening is the brand that was involved, with the Middle State thing, approached me anyways. They wanted to work with me anyways because, like, again, it's like that. You put like at that point in time, it was definitely THENDOPLAYS on like the rise up in the ZA community streaming scene, where it's like, oh damn, like there is maybe something happening there that we could, slide up into. So that brand approaches me, that like, they're talking. So now it's that hardware brand, it's this brand. And then one day out of nowhere, but not like out of nowhere. So a prior time before, Julia had hit me up, right? To like just be like, yo, what's up, Tendo? I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Julia Bish. Whatever. We have a convo, and she's like, would you be down to do like a collab stream once upon a time?
Yeah, because she was still like doing the whole streaming thing. She was like super into content. She wasn't building a friggin' entire organization. Yeah.
So she was like, let's do a collab stream, my guy. And it's there on YouTube, I think, that collab stream with Trilly as well. We like played a bit of Apex. It was pretty cool. And after that, she got back to me, and then she came, we had a bit of a conversation, and then she's like, yes, so starting an organization. But look, we all know how like ZA esports organizations come across and sound like, right? You're like, oh, just another clan tag to wear, right? Just so you can, ride off me or whatever. But Julia came, and obviously Julia has, brands attached to it anyway. So it was definitely like, okay, this is very like something serious. Like, nothing this serious has really come up to me before. But she came with a whole proposal and a pitch of like the game plan of what DNMK is, trying to achieve, and who's going to get involved and what's going to be happening and what it was. And at the time, like looking at the other options, it just didn't seem like anything else was really gonna work and was gonna be as good as like what DNMK was offering up to be, like, and it's that whole thing of like, it was the offer of being like the lead content creator, of like kind of face as well, because she explained that, look, it's gonna be like you and me as like the streamers for now at least, and then obviously she does a lot of the work, so she's never always streaming as much as I am, right? So it's mainly me, the like streamer. So there was like obviously that in the back of my mind, knowing that like, look, if it goes like this, then I'm gonna kind of become that guy for like this brand.
Yeah, no, you definitely made the right choice there.
So then I was like contemplating for like a day.
yes. Sign me up.
I spoke to my mom, and at this point, my mom knew like things were getting serious anyways. Because I did, I'd be open with her and tell her like, yeah, these people came to speak to me about this and this, and obviously, there were other brands and stuff along the way that were just lackluster anyways, that didn't aren't really worth mentioning. But yeah, the DNMK thing came through, and even my mom was like, damn,
yeah, that's sick.
you're doing this, right? Like, like this is pretty cool.
And fast forward a year's time, and it's just like kind of blown up from there.
Fast forward like a year's time, we're doing all the content stuff.
Sennheiser, Predator, everything, dude. It's fucking insane, man. Honestly, insane. Before, well, yeah.
Honestly, like, definitely shout out to like Julia for like doing everything. Like, I feel like a big part of like where I am now and like how the streaming career is going is definitely part of DNMK and like the plan that she has and still going. Like,
yeah, no, it's crazy. Shout out DNMK. So another thing I wanted to tell you, I wanted to mention before we carry on with the whole org thing. So yes, she kind of approached you, but can we just like explain to people in general about joining brands and joining organizations? It's not about what you're gonna get. Is that true? It's more about you put out the content, you put in the time, and therefore you were rewarded with it, with an opportunity. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that will come in and say, yes, I'm sure Julia gets it on the daily. Sign me for DNMK. I'm the best creator ever. And they're not doing anything. Sign me, Adidas, please. Give me your shoes because I have a foot cam on my stream. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. I just wanted to get that across. So for you, you put in the work and that's how you get brands approaching you.
Yeah, it's I mean, look at Grant, dude. I mean, Grant has been putting in the work, and he's definitely reaping the rewards of like everything that he does. And,
yeah, I mean, Corsair, Ghetto, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So you have to, you definitely do have to put in the work, and you just can't expect things to always fall in your lap. Honestly, it doesn't always fall in your lap, the way you want it to be, and that's fine. Then one thing I tell myself in life, especially like, yes, you get these people that will be like, hey, can I join this? Can I do this? It's really not that easy, man. Like,
that's what I'm trying to get. I want you,
It's really not that easy, and it's really just about building a brand, a personal brand. At the end of the day, like, I think of like Cam Ceej and like Team Ceej is already in my head. That's the thing. You've done that, I'm talking about, like, you're owning that part of stuff,
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, like putting the work and getting that name out there to be like, okay, that is THENDOPLAYS and that is why.
Yeah.
Like, let me not be on your profile and be like, why is this happening?
Yeah, exactly.
When it doesn't seem like they're really putting in that work, or why do they want this to happen when they're not putting in the work to make it happen? And the only thing I can say to the people out there that listen is definitely just work on your brand, and you have to focus on yourself, especially because you'll see people jump in front of you, leap miles ahead of you, and like you'll be thrown off.
Yes.
Be like, I need that. I want that. And that's why people are like, yeah, I want to be signed there. And you don't need that, like you really don't, because everybody's like writing their own story, in a sense. And
I love that. Yeah.
What I believe is like, if something's not meant for you, then it's not meant for you, right? And whatever's meant for you is along the road,
Yeah. So because I want to stay in your lane basically. And the thing, I was going to say this at the end, but I appreciate you chatting to me now, because I'm sure a lot of people would love to have a conversation like this. But for me, I came into the scene as Cam Ceej. I wasn't big into competitive gaming. I played COD Black Ops 3 fucking way back when for some crappy team. I made my own team at some point. It was a shit show.
Wait,
but the Punishers, we didn't punish anybody, we got punished. But besides that,
right, not linked to the Punishers team.
No, completely different. No, completely different. No, yeah. And then I hopped on Twitch obviously, and you were probably like the second or third streamer definitely the second or third streamer that I found. And I feel like a lot of people like immediately motivated. I'm like, shit, Tendo is here. I want to be like Tendo. But also at the same time, like, I'm feeding off your energy. I'm coming into your streams. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving everything. I'm seeing how I can grow, how I can learn. but also turning that into my own kind of thing and still doing my own thing. Never trying to copy, just drawing the motivation. So yeah, thanks for always being that. Thanks for
Yeah, no.
being that, like that thing.
Thanks
And
for
like also,
supporting
no, yeah,
me.
like that's the thing. Who did I have the conversation with? I just feel a lot of people just assume shit, and it annoys me because when I look at you and I watch you stream and stuff, I see how much effort goes in, and like doing the shit 5 days a week is not fucking easy, man. It's not. And
No,
and for everyone, like pumping out the YouTube videos and the fucking TikTok and the Fruit Lab and everything, and then I'll
dude,
still like
it's not even like, I think, one thing I feel like I want to lay on the table that a
yeah,
lot of people don't understand, and this is stemming from me doing performance and drama in high school and studying film anyways, is we're not just actually playing the video, it's a
yeah,
performance,
yeah.
right? You know what I'm talking
It's an
about?
entertaining show. Yes, it's
It's an entertaining show, so you have to, be entertaining. And a lot of people will be like, Tendo, how do you keep your energy for this long? Because I don't know who's gonna come into the 6 hour mark of my stream that's
yeah,
like, it needs that energy from me, right?
yeah,
You know what I'm talking
exactly,
about? You need
exactly,
to like
exactly.
be able to like give that person that kind of energy. If that's what your personal brand stream energy is about, right? Obviously, it doesn't have to be like hype and whatever all the time
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever
hundred
it needs
percent,
to be.
100%.
But yeah, no, I feel that
So I was leading towards the topic of like with your mom. Obviously, she's very understanding and she supports you a lot. Um, when I was having a conversation with another person, it was like, yeah, it's you just playing video games. That's all you're doing. And like for me, I'm trying to get the point across so hard. That's why I have this very, very, very big urge to succeed because I want to prove that this is not like some shit that can be taken lightly. Content creation can 100% be seen as a full-time job, and people that support anyone's content is appreciated because a lot of time and effort goes into what we do, and it's not just playing video games. And I hate that fucking tag, are you just playing video games? And that's something I really just like I get it from people, and it's like, no, it's really not how it's working. Like we behind the
yeah,
scenes we busting our ass just as hard as we busting our ass on stream. So mad
yeah,
respect to
yeah. I mean,
everyone that makes content, mad respect.
everybody like streaming 5 days a week or even more is like already like it's a full-time job, and people just, yes, they don't feel like they really they just don't understand. Obviously, I think that's the problem. Like,
Yeah,
there's not enough explanation on exactly what it is, and I just think it's obviously because we receive and we're learning information a little bit slower on like this side of the turf, compared
yeah,
to like everywhere else. But I mean, look, you speak to most streamers anyways, regardless of where they're from. Like, a lot of people say it anyways, like, you're just gaming, like it's not
yeah,
even a real job. And I think it's like one of those things where um if I look at somebody that like is an Instagram model, for example, and that's how they're making their money and they're monetizing and stuff like that, it's like the same comparison. Like, they're making their form of content, and like, people are a part of that content. You make a movie, it's a piece of content that people will watch anyways. Like, people will spend like 6 hours watching series and will think that playing games is like a waste of time. Like, then you
yeah,
need to just be like, okay, hold on, like, you can't like tell me this while you're doing that
yeah, yeah,
in your own spin and twist. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about? Like,
yeah.
not everybody likes burgers. Some people like pizzas, but
And
it's
that's
food.
fine. And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You don't
It's
have
food.
to. But it's
You
food.
don't
Yeah,
have to. But
exactly.
it's like good to understand and respect that you can't just be like, you're just playing video games, because it's definitely like it's a big job. It's a
Yeah,
very, very big job
yeah. Okay,
that you
so
have to.
we've pulled up on an hour already, and I don't want you to go to bed at the middle of the night. So I just want quick run throughs. These are like, okay, I'll get to the short questions now. This is just like fairly like 1 to 2 sentence answers quickly, quick questions. What is your what is your favorite and your least favorite thing about being a content creator? Just off the top of your head.
Um, my favorite thing is genuinely like seeing the kind of influence that like is slowly building, like, and I mean, the thing about for me is like I'm trying to build a positive brand, so
Yeah.
it's like seeing like a positive impact back into the scene.
Yeah.
And the worst thing I'll have to say is I think just consistency. Oh, it's hard, eh?
Okay.
Like if you didn't have to be as consistent, look. So I think the biggest problem for like content creators of like smaller size is that like obviously the monetary value becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people look past how important it is to just like feed back into your brand. So it'd be great if I could just like look, I've paid for editors, I've paid for people to like help me along the way, but it's also like never knowing if you're gonna reach that amount of money again that month to
Yeah.
pay for those same services, right? So then your consistency is broken because now you can't post and stuff like that. So it's definitely like consistency, and that's just something
Yeah. Consistency, 100%.
kind of personal thing.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people struggle with it, to be honest with you. Like we all struggle with, yeah, we all struggle with being consistent. It's a straight like, and mentioning the editor and stuff. Sometimes you do need people to help you, which is 100%. But also having someone to keep you accountable is also a nice thing. So, but yeah, like you say, when it's like us, it's with smaller streamers. Like it doesn't. For me, it's like, do I want to stream or do I not want to stream? I've put it into my head. It's straight. It's in the schedule from Sunday night when I make it. That is what's happening. I will stay to that unless there's like an insane life-threatening emergency. Otherwise, I will do it, because otherwise, if I break that chain, then people are you lose people's trust as well. Because not in a bad way, not in like a crazy way, like, oh my god, you backstabbed me. It's like, you said you were going to be live on these days, but now you're not sticking to it. So are you really wanting to grind? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, consistency is a big deal. So have you, again, like 1 to 2 sentences, because I don't want to keep you too long. Have you like experienced any creative blocks in your career so far? Example,
Worst thing for me is I don't get creative blocks in this, like, it's just like lack of execution rather.
okay. Okay.
So I have a lot of ideas right now. Just like I wish I could do, but it's like, how do I execute it, man? Like where do I even start? So not yet at least.
Okay. And then in terms of maybe getting bored, like do you ever find yourself being bored of Apex? What do you like? I know you dabble in Valorant and Warzone and stuff like that. Are you like, do you not get bored? The reason I'm saying is because like at some point towards the end of the seasons, like I remember when you did that 500 kill on All Legends, that was a really sick idea that allowed you to stay motivated to keep playing every day because you were trying to hit that goal. But if there's no goal and no end game, do you get bored at all?
I look, for me with Apex, it's the position is I'm good at the game, good enough for people to like not only come for like the personality, right? People will be like, oh, sometimes he does do some sick plays, right? So
yeah,
I enjoy that. It's a game that I personally, I was not good at COD, dude. I was bad.
Yeah.
So for me, Apex is like the COD that I wanted as a kid.
Okay.
So thing that I've got in my mind where like, look, I'm good at this game, at least like I'm making things happen, unlike back in the day when whatever. I think movement wise, like the mechanics of the games like are good. You can always just like do your own crazy things and find out some new ways to play. And they do a good enough job to keep it entertaining and up to date. But yeah, there are days that are hard to play, obviously. I think that's like with anything though. Like, you love things, but like there are certain days where it's hard. Like you be with your girlfriend a lot.
I was about to say being in a relationship or something. I was about to say that. Yeah,
like some days you're like, yeah, no, I'm chilling. Like I don't really feel it, but you still love it. So I usually don't see, especially now that they added arena, getting bored with Apex at least for the whole of this year and some of next year. You probably be on it. But I play other games offline anyway. So for me, I never actually play Apex a lot offline. I really only stream Apex a lot, like most of the time. So it's always like, okay, I haven't played since like yesterday's stream, so I'll be pretty
excited to hop on and stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. And then typical day in the life of THENDOPLAYS, like just quick 5 steps. What do you do?
Oh, hey man, yeah, typical day in the life of THENDOPLAYS. It just depends on what time I go to bed.
So if it's a 3 a.m. Val session, then it's wake up, shower, and quickly get stream on.
pretty much. Maybe if there's a clip that needs to be posted, then yeah, sure, I'll hit the clip up, post that, reply to a couple of messages and stuff like that. Just make sure, like, if anything is urgent that it needs to be done, it's done, kind of thing. Like anything that's not really always that urgent. And Leo, anybody that watches this guy, like, it's not even ignoring people's messages or DMs. Like sometimes it's just not enough like capacity and space to just get to that kind of stuff. And it's not like in a bad place to apply to. Like just like sometimes everything gets overwhelming, you know. I like sometimes it does get overwhelming, and I am not gonna lie to myself and be like saying that like it doesn't get overwhelming. It definitely does, but like I think like not accepting that it is overwhelming actually makes it worse. And at least now I know, like, you know, yeah, it's definitely so. Yeah, maybe we'll edit a YouTube video there as well. But it's mostly streaming, then chilling, making, you know, this whatever side content there is there.
Yeah.
Sometimes hanging with friends, very seldomly hanging with friends or somebody.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, and then these are super short questions. This is like 1-word answers and then we're done. Okay, short questions. Your favorite Netflix show? Spit it, quick. Top of the head. Favorite Netflix show. If it's not Vikings, then why?
American Vandal, actually.
What?
For reals.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I've never even watched it, so I can't even judge.
Oh, you must watch it.
Dude. American Vandal.
It's so good.
What is it? Quickly, what is it about?
It's basically a documentary of like an incident that happened in a high school, but like it's so blown out of proportion, the incident, where it's just like, this really happened, right? Like, why did this happen?
Is
Obviously,
it a true story?
No, it's not a true story. It's all scripted, but the way they tell it is like it's happening in real life.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
To the point where the characters in the show are like, yeah, Netflix is calling us up because they want us to, you know, make a series about this documentary, where you're just like, what? Like,
wow. Okay. Hectic. Okay, so it's quite hectic.
And maybe Black Mirror as well. Those like Black Mirror, I've always
okay. And then anime, yes or no?
Anime, yes. Fairy Tail.
Is that the best one?
For me, at least.
Fairy Tail.
Don't want to like lie to other people.
I haven't heard that one before. I don't watch anime, but I just know that, like, I know the Attack on Titans or some shit like that, and Hunter x Hunter and all these things. Anyway, okay, so Fairy Tail's THENDOPLAYS favorite anime. Pineapple on Pizza, yay or nay?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Anyone that says no, I'm just straight stopping the recording and deleting the episode. Like, I don't even care. I don't want you on if you don't like pineapple.
Matches of food out in the world that some people just like. Look, I will be like disgusted at something if I know I'm gonna be disgusted at something. But if that's your cup of tea, then sure.
Like, pineapple on pizza is life, dude.
Do your pickles and peanut butter. You know, like we won't judge you.
We will. Most embarrassing moment.
Yeah. Oh.
Like the one that comes to mind, it's just crazy embarrassing.
It's hard, eh? I don't really think I've had like really like, yo, I was so embarrassed that time, guys. Like, this is a story to tell.
Okay, so you never got pantsed on the field in grade 3. Nah. Okay, that happened to me. Okay. Worst legend in Apex.
Yeah, that's used. Come on.
Okay. Favorite gun in Apex. Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. We're done. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat to me. Yeah, I'm hoping to get these up and yeah, just get a bit of a behind. I'm gonna think of a really super clickbait title. So if you guys watched to the end now, I'm sorry. Because none of that actually happened. But yeah, thank you so much, Mr. THENDOPLAYS. You're massive inspiration to all of us, and we love your content. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure you know that already, though. And yeah, stay fucking awesome, dude. Thank you.